listening to the Agent Survival Guide podcast, a podcast for today's insurance agents. Informing, educating, empowering, improving the way you do business in an industry that's anything but static. In today's episode, we are diving deeper into the world of productivity tools with suggestions to organize and scale your workflow. Field Notes on Project Management Solutions, written by Isabel Vitale. So far in our Field Notes series, we've been working our way through a variety of different resources for insurance agents. We've talked about traditional and digital marketing solutions, strategies for partner marketing, productivity tools, and today, we are highlighting a solution that, quite honestly, I couldn't imagine functioning without. And that is, as mentioned in the open, project management solutions. While we would typically place this lower on the list of priorities than, say, a client relationship management system, an agency management system, and scheduling software, project managing software can be very useful to insurance agencies. If you typically collaborate with other agents and staff on complex or long-term projects, you might find this solution appropriate for your business. Some use cases may include creating resources for internal training or for educating clients, general task management for yourself or downlines, onboarding new employees and agents, annual, weekly, and daily planning and task management, event planning, and marketing initiatives. And to be completely transparent, unless you're an independent agent who really likes to be organized and plan complex projects, most of these types of solutions are probably better suited for agencies, although some do work for individuals. If your business is just you might get through this episode and decide that the simple task manager within your CRM or your calendar app is sufficient. Or you might find a new digital solution that streamlines your current efforts. Now, I don't want to go too far into the weeds here, but we do mention project views in a lot of these examples. And I wanted to briefly touch on what I mean when I say that. A big part of project management software is creating a bigger picture visual of a project. Solutions typically offer a variety of different views so that team members can customize their task lists in a way that makes sense for them. And that's because we don't change our work style to fit the tools. We use the tools to support our existing work style. Some of these views are self-explanatory, like a task list, timeline, table, recent work, workflow, calendar, dashboard, messages, and files. Two other views, however, Gantt and Kanban, require a bit more explanation. We'll start with Gantt. And again, these are super simplified definitions. If you'd like to learn more or see visuals, we'll have those resources linked in the notes. Gantt charts are like a type of bar chart that visually show the progress of a project. You'll be able to see the tasks that need to be completed on the left and the timeline on the top or bottom of the chart. Bars then populate the graph to show how a project moves from task to task. Gantt charts can be useful when you're trying to plot out the scope of a larger project, especially if there are a lot of moving parts. They make it easier to see the comparison between time and tasks. A Kanban board is also a way to visualize a project. Instead of showing the association between task and time, it's a visual way to track tasks through a repetitive process. Kanban is Japanese for signboard or billboard. Each board contains columns that represent one step in a process that follows a set trajectory. Tasks move through the columns or steps until they reach a final completed column. Kanban boards are useful for complex projects that usually follow the same steps over and over again. The board setup makes it easy to see where a task is currently at, what's been completed, and what still needs to be done. While most project management solutions include both of these project views, I'd argue that the Kanban view is probably more helpful for most users. That all being said, let's get into our list of recommendations for project management solutions. First up on our list, Trello. Some of the things we like about Trello: the simple, clean, and modern interface. Trello offers different project views and automation capabilities. It also includes a lot of third-party app integrations, which can be helpful when you're already using and loving a certain app. Another notable feature is time tracking, which can be helpful if you're trying to figure out whether or not you need to hire an assistant. Trello has different tiers for different budgets and does offer a free base tier. Drawbacks to Trello that we found in our research: there's no in-app proofing. Trello offers limited communication features, and even though it does have different project views, they are limited compared to other solutions. Also, important to note, Trello is not adapted to complex workflows. Based on the pros and cons we just mentioned, Trello is best for individuals and small to mid-size agencies. It works well for keeping track of projects and assignments. Next up, let's talk about the project management solution that we use here at Ritter Insurance Marketing, Asana. Asana includes different project views, automation capabilities, and plenty of third-party app integrations. In-app proofing is just one of many advanced features and abilities. Asana can scale with your business and offers different tiers for different budgets. It also includes a free base tier, so you can try it out at that level before committing to paying for it. Some of the not-so-positives of Asana: it's more expensive than some of the other options, and it does have a steeper learning curve than some other project management software. Pricing isn't as transparent as it could be. For example, while time tracking is available, it's not available on every tier. Another drawback: only one user can be assigned to each task. And did we mention the steep learning curve? In all honesty, there are a lot of features, and for some, this might be too complicated of a solution. Asana is a good fit for small to mid-size agencies, and it's great for coordinating complex projects across multiple teams. Our third option is one that we used for quite a long time here at Ritter Insurance Marketing, Basecamp. What we like about Basecamp is that it is very simple to use. The pricing plans are super simple as well: 2 paid plans and a free tier to give it a try. Even better, the Pro Unlimited plan is available at a flat fee for an unlimited amount of users. On the negative side, though, the simplicity of Basecamp is also its downfall. There's no in-app proofing, no automation capabilities, no time tracking, and limited advanced features and customization. Basecamp is best for individuals or small teams. For large teams, I'd definitely go with Pro Unlimited, especially if you plan on growing. If you're trying to keep track of projects and assignments, Basecamp should be able to handle that for you. Monday.com is next on our list. Much like the other options, you'll find different project views, automation capabilities, and integration with many third-party apps. Highlights include the ability to proof and collaborate in one place, as well as forms to collect and manage work requests. Monday.com also features user-friendly design, different tiers for different budgets, including a free base tier. Drawbacks to Monday.com include a limited mobile app, a Kanban board that could use some improvement, and no Gantt chart view. Monday.com is best for large agencies. Last, but most certainly not least on our list, Wrike, and that is Wrike. Similar to the other options we mentioned, you'll get different project views, automation capabilities, and plenty of third-party app integrations. You can proof and collaborate in one place, and Wrike has forms to collect and manage work requests. There are different tiers for different budgets and a free base tier, so you can try before you buy in. While it might sound similar to Monday.com, the interface is less user-friendly and it's a more expensive option. There's also no chat or note-taking options. Wrike is best for large agencies or teams that like to customize everything from their project tasks to reporting. And again, going back to what I mentioned earlier, how we choose a tool to fit our style of work. The project management solution you choose will depend on your specific needs. As always, when deciding whether to invest in any kind of software, examine your current processes, needs, and project plans. Project management tools are usually best for agencies, especially those with tangible and regular project goals and plans. But they can also be useful tools for agents to keep track of projects and assignments. Not a case of your mileage will vary, more like your mileage will dictate what you choose here. We have the links to all these solutions in our episode notes, along with many other resources, so don't forget to check those out by clicking on the title of this episode where you're listening right now. We will see you next episode. The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing, an integrity company. This episode was written by Isabel Vitale. Script proofing by Tina Lamoureux. Recording and production by me, Sarah Ruppel. Podcast design by Urban Rivera. Follow along with our show wherever you like to listen. Rate and review our show on Apple or Spotify.